at this lovely, happy place called Bhutan. Swiss Indian Chamber of Commerce is extremely glad and excited to make an announcement on his behalf that Mr. Jose Charles Martin is today announcing, as you know, that we had Swiss Indian Chamber of Commerce at World Economic Forum had signed a agreement with Maharashtra government, with MMRDA, that they would be allotting 5,000 acres of land to Swiss Indian Chamber of Commerce for any Swiss companies to invest there, and they are calling this as Indo-Swiss Corridor. This just happened a few months back at Davos, and today I'm glad to say that our dear friend Mr. Jose Charles Martin is making an announcement of investment of $500 million raising employment for 100,000 employees in the state of Maharashtra by making an intent of acquiring 700 acres of land near the New Mumbai airport of MMRDA.
A very good morning to all the delegates present here, and thanks to Mr. Satish Rao for great introduction. So basically we are from a group of companies where my father built this empire from scratch. We are the second generation who was into this business. So we are into gaming, hospitality, agriculture, media, technology. We are into alternative medicines like Ayurveda, Siddha, homeopathy. So when I was growing up, so I felt there is a gap between the entrepreneurs and the government. Being an entrepreneur, businessman, we had a lot of issues taking our concerns to the government, making them understand exactly what is the issue. And we know how our politicians in India, back in India, at least now it's much better. Back in India, how the entrepreneurs used to have difficult times. It used to be very hard. So that was one of the reasons that, which actually pulled me into politics. And it was just recent times, our results were out in May, and in which I got the highest vote in Puducherry. And this was the first time I contested there. The gap that we found that was missing in the business environment and the political environment was the leaders didn't have the vision. Whereas now with Honorable Prime Minister, after this 2014 elections, so one of my motivation also was, after seeing a person like him, how he wanted to take India to the global world, to global map. For example, you take defense. We used to import a lot of defense equipment. We used to buy directly from the countries. Now if we see with the G7 meetings and all the outputs, so now Make in India has made a great progress and we got a lot of innovations. And I'm also happy to share that through our CSR activities, we supported a young entrepreneur who was into satellite launches, and we have successfully launched 3 satellites along with them. So because of all these, government vision and things, so which has motivated us. So we thought youngsters also should come into politics. So I made a plan with the architect of Singapore, who's called they named as CPG, and they were the ones who designed Singapore. They are almost 188-year-old firm, and we had a discussion with them, and I spent my own money because Puducherry is a small union territory. It has like 60 lakh population, so 1.6 million population. So we thought, why don't we can transform a small union territory like this to make it easy for people to understand. And we got a vision document for like 30 years, like until 2050, how it will be, like with the PM's vision of Vikshit Bharat, like in 2047, how we want to be transformed and what is our vision. So with their support, the problem here I feel is like, for example, we industrialists, we want a property, we want to come set up a business. So, we have to run to so many departments. We have to run to so many officers, from approvals, from clearances, from electricity to water. So we want to make a complete inclusive where, you come, you just said you want to set up a factory, you just come plug and play, including your tax benefits, your investments, so it should be a one-stop solution. We should not complicate things. So things should be much easier for any layman to come do business, because we have language barriers, we have cultural barriers when new people are coming to our country. So we want to make everything easy and simple. So what we did, what has happened right now is like we just built, without any planning. Like in Hollywood, they call it as pre-production. And in India, we just jump into the production and then we decide what to do in the movies. And the producers are bleeding. They don't know what is the exact cost, and then later they come up with so many surprises. So in Hollywood, what they do pre-production, and that pre-production takes 7 to 8 months. Even they take even 1 year to exactly come up with the script and what's the cost of the script. Whereas in India, we don't follow. We just jump into the script and then, we change the director, we change the actors, locations and everything. So this increases the cost. So we want to give a complete solution, and this I want to make it as like how Bhutan is like carbon negative, they've shown happiness index. I've taken these things into consideration and into my political manifesto as well. And people are really happy that I spoke about happiness index, because in India, we have poverty, we are below poverty line. So many people even don't have basic needs in life. So for them, happiness is something which is closer to them. So people are really happy. So we wanted to create this plan where we incorporate like an industrial park, you have your education institutions, where you have your residences, your offices, government offices all located in one place. So we want to give a complete holistic view, and which the CPG architects have done a wonderful job, because it's one of their part of their plan, and we are on the verge of executing it. So thanks, and I think hopefully soon we'll have an Industries Chamber of Commerce in Puducherry as well. I already have a friend who's already from pharma industry, who's already committed, and he wants to do a pharma, because we have more than 100 pharmaceutical subsidiary companies there. So we will be doing a conclave there soon. And coming back to the point of the investment, so I'm in talks with a few big companies, and they were actually looking for lands of 2,000 to 5,000 acres. I was really surprised. I was like, in India, to acquire 100 acres was not an easy task. And then they come up with like 2,000, 3,000 acres. I'm saying, no, it's not practically possible. And I just met my friend Krishna Kumar. I'm saying that there's a plan, something like this, something huge is coming up, and they're looking for such a land size. He told, the best thing is I introduced you to Industries Chamber, and we already signed an MOU with the Maharashtra government, and we'll go ahead. Then this whole thing happens in 2-3 months, and things are really moving forward as well. And hopefully soon we'll be announcing once we sign the MOU and everything. So we'll be welcoming them, and we'll be moving forward. So as Satish said, they are looking for around minimum 700 acres with 100,000 employment and with 500 billion investments. That is the beginning. That is what is being discussed, but there's a lot of things to happen, so we want to do it one by one. So as early as possible, we'll be announcing the deal. Thank you so much. Thank you.